Hello, I'm Max. And we're Fitness. This is our tour vehicle, Susan, and she's taken us 3,000 miles as of yet across this nation. We're touring with a band called Wild Moccasins. This tour is called the Worst of Us Tour, and we're in Chicago tonight. So yeah, right now we are in Susan's cockpit, and I've actually been doing a lot of the driving because I find that it's a way to quasi-combat the monotony of like a 4-hour drive in the middle of the night in the pouring rain. So I kind of enjoy doing the driving. Kenny over here is like a master curator of music. He's a DJ. But like, you know, God, that's such a huge term that envelops so many obnoxious associations. Not Kenny. No, I'm talking about Kenny is like the last DJ. Like in the truest sense of the term, he is a curator of music. He senses the vibe of the moment, and is so specific in the themes that he chooses. Last night we were in like late 70s, early 80s kind of blue-eyed soul. Listen to some Hall & Oates. Listen to some ELO. Listen to some Fleetwood Mac. Listen to some Elvin Bishop. I challenge you, dear viewer, to listen to Elvin Bishop's Fooled Around and Fell in Love and not be moved to emotion. So we do have a few essential tools that help us drive our best and just generally be our best. One is my Juul vape stick. It gives me, it combats hunger. It gives me a renewed sense of vitality. It calms my restless mind. It steadies my pedal foot. As far as beverages go, I like a nice, strong black iced coffee. Kenny likes a nice iced latte. He drinks a lot of dairy products because he's Vietnamese. They do that. All of them do that. Every Vietnamese person drinks a lot of dairy. And we also, probably isn't the first time you've heard this unfortunate anecdote before, but we like to buy wide mouth, let me just preempt this noise that's coming. We like to buy wide mouth juices or Gatorades for those invariable moments that we need to pee while driving. We're in Chicago right now, so you're lucky you get to hear the sounds of Chicago go by as we dazzle you with our wit. So yeah, Kenny and I are right now inhabiting the aft portion of the vehicle, which we don't normally do. Normally it's me right here in the driver's seat, Kenny in the shotgun seat. We're at the helms of our creative lives, our business, and our destinies on the road. We like to keep it that way. The people who are normally seated back here are our drummer, Ten Stiller.
I'm Ten Stiller.
That's 10, not to be confused with Ben Stiller, but Ten Stiller, because he looks like Ben Stiller if Ben Stiller were a 10 and not like a 5 or a 6. The other member of our crew is our crew guy, our lone crew guy, Gaza, who has talents that we're unable to talk about right now on the tube, but that doesn't make them any less impressive, believe me. Gaza is just a wonderful kid. He's like 23 years old. He's doing this for barely any wages, not because we can't afford to pay him more, but just because we're cruel and indecent, and he's gullible and naive. So if Ten Stiller has a flaw, and he doesn't have many, he's easy on the eyes to the point of causing frustration in men and women alike. He's an extremely talented drummer. He's got beautiful, long, thick locks of hair. But his feet smell like absolute dog shit. And so this is the stuff that he uses to try to mitigate that just ungodly smell of shit that occurs every time he removes his socksless bands. So this is where we put all of our gear, our shred sleds, so to speak. Kenny plays everything in the band except for the drums, so he's got himself a couple keyboards, an MPC, a guitar. The other band, Wild Moccasins, has been generous enough to let us use their drums. But there certainly isn't any visibility out of the rear window when we're driving. But we've found ourselves to be kind of remarkably comfortable in Susan as she barrels down the road. Just barreling down the road. You'll find us, matter of fact, if you were just happen to be a civilian just driving along on the freeway and you saw Susan and us within her, you'd say to yourself, wow, look at that vessel just barreling down the road with purpose. And that's what we do. So let me just be crystal clear about one thing. Our band is called Fitness. Fitness is impossible to find on the internet. We find it sort of a fun, it's almost like a hobby to gather and store impediments to our own success. And that by naming ourselves a name that's impossible to discover on the internet, we're just setting ourselves, I don't know, 173 odd paces behind our competitors, and that's the way we like it. But if you do want to find us on the internet, all of our socials, our fitness was taken, because it was. If you Google fitness band, you're going to get something that, like, you know, counts your pulse for you or whatever. So all of our socials, our fitness was taken. We just had a brand new record come out. It's called Karate. It's very good. It's doing very well. And we have a huge tour announcement that we can't make just yet, but it's massive, and it's going to be in October. And that's all I got, man. I don't know what to say after that.